Welcome to the new application for certification. Florida Statute 397487 requires FAR to collect more information than was previously necessary. This means that those of you that are already certified or have already applied for certification must recomplete the first 4 sections of the FAR application for certification. Failure to do so may result in suspension of your certification or application. We appreciate that this may be an inconvenience for you. My name is Corbin, and the purpose of this video is to help assist you in making this as painless as possible. First, you will have to create an account. Now, many of you may have created an account, but you will have to recreate one. Here, I will enter my information, my email address, phone number, and your username. Now, we recommend that you use your email address so things do not get complicated. And the title. In this case, I will be the owner. Your password. And then any credentials you may have. So any CAPs, CRSS, etc. Previous trainings, first aid, CPR. And the next is the roles. Now, does this person have ownership in the organization? Yes. Is this the primary contact for FAR certification administrators and inspectors? Yes. Is this person authorized to make changes to the FAR website residence listing? Yes. Does this person handle admissions? No. Does this person in charge of involved in marketing? Yes. So whatever applies to you, please click. After you've done that, you will click submit. Now the next is organizational information. The following information is legally binding. Any misinformation could result in a rejection of this application or revocation of certification. So here I'll enter the company name and then the legal entity name. If it is corporation, partnership, limited liability, anything that applies to you. If you select other, make sure you specify what other is. In this case, I will select LLC. We need the company billing address, the zip code, all the information, and then your office phone number for your organization. The website for your organization. Now on this one, it asks how many locations. So how many residences do you operate? So some of you may have 1, some of you may have 5, some of you may have 14. Whatever it is, make sure you enter. So in this case, I have 2 locations, 2 residences. Next question is, has someone in active management of these recovery residences for this organization received additional training? If so, if anyone in management has any BHTs, anything like this. Do any of the owners identified in this application also have an ownership interest in a licensed Florida behavioral health care provider? If so, yes, provide the name of whatever you may have. Some of you may not, so you will click no. Do any of the owners identified in this application also have an ownership interest in a licensed independent use confirmatory lab? If so, please enter your name. Do you offer scholarships for qualified applicants? No. And in this sections, you will click yes or no if you read the certified resident requirements, and have you read to and do you agree to comply to the NAR standards and code of ethics. And then in this section is your website listing information. So whatever your company profile may be, you may enter your website URL, and if you have a logo, you will upload that logo from your computer. Once that's done, you will hit save and continue, and brings you to the next page. The next page is add contacts. All owners, managers, and staff are required. Failure to list all owners, managers, staff constitutes a fraudulent application that may result in denial or revocation of your certificate of compliance. So first, contact information. So you will enter all staff and individuals in this section. If they are owners or managers, admissions, whatever it may be, make sure you enter their title. You will need to have a specific phone number for them. So that's cell phones or office, their direct number to their office. So in this section, you will have to enter your email. Now, I previously used corbin@far.org when making a user ID, and it's saying that this emails already exist. So you will run into a problem here. So in this case, I will have to use a secondary email for myself. So whatever your secondary email may be, info, but I will use corbin@faron.com. Check my availability, and it is good. You will see the check mark when it is correct, and it's not a copy. Next, you will enter the credentials, whatever that may be, previous trainings, once again, and your roles. So you will click what applies to this person. So all staff has to be entered, managers, so then you will add another contact, which will add another contact information. And you will have to do so for all your staff, managers, and owners until everything is complete. So once all that is complete, you will save and continue. So the next step is residence information. So your location informations. Now previously we entered 2 locations, so there will be 2 sections. So if there's 14, you will have to complete all 14 locations. So the first is level support. So level support will be number 2. Level 2 support. Then what is your residence name? So we will call my first location Sober Home Red. Your resident address. Now, this field is required, so if there's no information in your original address, you will still have to complete this. So please type NA for not applicable. Continue to city, zip code, what county you are in, which we are located in Palm Beach. Now, once all information is added for your contacts, which will show up under this drop down. So in this case, the manager's name for this house. You have already previously entered that. All you have to do is click on their name. So I will click on my name. And what type of structure is it? Is it single family? If it's single family structure, number of units will be 1. Now let's say you have a complex or apartments or condos or any type of living like that. You will select multi and how many units. So let's say I have a building with 5 apartments, 5 units in it. So I will click 5. How many bedrooms? We will say 7. Bathrooms, 5. And beds, 14. So that is the number of total bedrooms, bathrooms, and beds in all 5 units. Property ownership. Is it leased from a third party? Do you own it? Is it leased from a person or entity related to that member? You will click that. If other, state other. Do you welcome persons on medicated assistant treatment protocol into your system? If yes, please click yes. If no, what is the priority population? Women, men, please check all. In this case, men, your recovery path. I will do 12-step. You can also click all 4 if you have all 4. Your residence abstinence space, yes. Is food included into your fees? Is the rent that is paid, is any food included into those fees? Yes or no? Do you manage the residence funds? Yes or no? And the date established. Now, I will say date established 4/15 of 1999. You can click so by going back month to month, but if it's a later date, it's better to type it in. Rent or program fees. So in this house, is rent billed weekly or monthly or both? In this case, it's weekly. How much is the shared room amount? We'll say 180. If there's any private room amount, please enter that. Any administrative fees coming in, we will say 0. Any deposits, so deposit would be 180 to 250 depending if they had a shared room or a private room, and any first and last coming in. Also, if there's any prorate per day amount that you would be charging if someone came in the middle of the week, you will enter that information. Now this is the website information. When selecting this manager's name will be on next to your name, next to the house, and in this case it will be Corbin, and your residence profile information will come up automatically. Your website will come up automatically. Also, upload your logo once again. And that is complete for Residence 1. So now we will move on to Residence 2. So this one will be level 3, let's say. And this is called Sober House Blue. Once again, enter your address. Make sure you fill out Residence Address 2 with NA if that's not applicable. City, zip code, county, Palm Beach, and the manager's name of this house. Once again, a list will come down once all contact information is entered in the previous page. If it's a single family structure, multi again, number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and beds. We'll say there's 2 beds to each bedroom. And if it's owned, leased from a third party, once again. You will click yes and no, or for medicated assistant treatment into your system, click priority population will be women in this house, and let's say my recovery path is all 4. 12-step, faith-based, celebrate recovery, and smart. Is your recovery residence abstinent-based? Yes, of course. Is food included in the fees? We'll say yes in this house. And yes. So date established, once again, you can go through here like this and click the date, or if it's a later date, it's better to enter that information. So for the second house, is the rent billed weekly or monthly? Let's say monthly. It is $800 for a shared room amount, and private will be $1,200. No administrative fees coming in. Deposit will be $800 to $1,200. Depending on room, 0 first and last, and prorate of $40 a day. Once again, you will select the manager from your contacts that is going to be on the website to be contacted about any information of your recovery residence. Your residence profile information will be here. Once again, load the logo, and you will hit save and continue. Alright, so the next page is Certified and Compliance Agreement. The NARCOR principles, you will have to read through all this, make sure everything you attest to all. Once you've read and attest to all, you will come to the bottom of the page. You will type in the organization's name, your full name of the applicant applying, and your title. I'm the owner. Are you a certified recovery residence administrator? Click yes or no if you are, and then you will electronically sign. So we will sign this, and then the date, which today is the 28th, so whatever date you're doing so. Once that is complete, you will hit save and continue, and it will bring you to an application submitted successfully. Now this is where you will need to stop. We already have your documentation for all certified residents previously and applicants at this time, so you will stop at this. And these are different levels of care. These are the compliance documents. checklist. So whatever level of carrier you have, please click on and read through. Well, that is it today. Best of wishes and have a good one.